Falchelin Ordinament Natuahus, Mission Yalavan, Ardrios and Cowan. Today we'll be discussing the Triadic laws of Dyvnwal Moelmud, which are a collection of original documents as illustrative of the theology, wisdom, and usages of the Bardo-Druidic system in the Isle of Briton, edited by James Williams ap Ithel, otherwise known as Iolo Morganwg, in 1862. The text is based on his translation. It has been adapted for use by Ordinament Natuaha in the Dominion of Canada. All right, so, number one, there are three tests of civil liberty: equality of rights, equality of taxation, and freedom to come and go. 2. There are three causes which ruin a state: inordinate privileges, corruption of justice, and national apathy. 3. There are three things which cannot be considered solid longer than their foundations are solid: peace, poetry, and law. 4. Three things are indispensable to a true union of nations: sameness of laws, rights, and language. 5. There are three things free to all Britons, or in this case, well, Canadian Britons in this case: the forest, the unworked mine, and the right of hunting wild creatures. 6. There are three things which are private and sacred property in every man, Briton or foreigner: his wife, his children, his domestic chattels. 7. There are three things belonging to a man which no law of men can touch, fine, or transfer: his wife, his children, and the instruments of his calling, for no law can unman a man or uncall a calling. 8. There are three persons in a family exempted from all manual and menial work: the little child, the old man or woman, and the family instructor. 9. There are three orders against whom no weapon can be bared: the herald, the bard, and the head of a clan. 10. There are three of private rank against whom no weapon can be bared: a woman, a child under 15, and an unarmed man. 11. There are three things that require the unanimous vote of the nation to effect: deposition of the sovereign, introduction of moralities in religion, and the suspension of law. 12. There are three civil birthrights of every Briton: the right to go wherever he pleases, the right wherever he is to protection from his land and sovereign, the right of equal privileges and equal restrictions. 13. There are three property birthrights of every Briton: 5 British acres of land for a home, the right of armorial bearings, and the right of suffrage at the enacting of the laws, the male at 21, the female on her marriage. 14. There are three guarantees of society: security for life and limb, security for property, and security for the rights of nature. 15. There are three sons of captives who free themselves: a bard, a scholar, a mechanic. 16. There are three things the safety of which depends on that of the others: the sovereignty, national courage, and just administration of the laws. 17. There are three things which every Briton may be legally compelled to attend: the worship of God, military service, and the courts of law. 18. For three things a Briton is pronounced a traitor and forfeits his rights: emigration, collusion with an enemy, and surrendering himself and living under an enemy. 19. There are three things free to every man, Briton or foreigner, the refusal of which no law will justify: water from a spring, river, or well, firing from a decayed tree, and a block of stone not in use. 20. There are three orders who are exempt from bearing arms: the bard, the judge, and the graduate in religion. These represent God and his peace, and no weapon must ever be found in their hand. 21. There are three kinds of sonship: a son by marriage with a native Briton, an illegitimate son acknowledged on oath by his father, and a son adopted out of the clan. 22. There are three whose power is kingly in law: the sovereign paramount of Britain over all Britain and its isles, the princes palatine in their princedoms, and the heads of their clans in their clans. 23. There are three thieves who shall not suffer punishment: a woman compelled by her husband, a child, a necessitous person who has gone through 3 towns and to 9 houses in each town without being able to obtain charity, though he asked for it. There are three ends of law: prevention of wrong, punishment for wrong inflicted, and insurance of just retribution. 25. There are three lawful castigations of a son by a father, of a kinsman by the head of a clan, and of a soldier by his officer. The chief of a clan, when marshalling his men, may strike his man in 3 ways: with his baton, with the flat of his sword, and with his open hand. Each of these is a correction, not an insult. There are three sacred things to which the conscience binds itself to truth: the name of God, the rod of him who offers prayers to God, and the joined right hand. 27. There are 3 persons who have the right to public maintenance: the old, the babe, and the foreigner who cannot speak the British tongue. These are the Triadic laws of Dyvnwal Moelmud in approximately the 3rd century. They kind of show their date, don't they? Enjoy. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. Thank you very much again. Theology.